NaVi's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Lone Druid.
NaVi's turn to pick. NaVi's turn to pick.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some more EU qualifier action. I'm OD Pixel. I'm going to be joined here by Mr. Draskell, and we've got NaVi versus HellRaisers here as the first game of today. And this is game one, of course, of the two-game series, and let's get Andy on the line. Andy, are you there? Nice, beautiful. Right, let's get this started. So, yesterday we saw a bit of NaVi. We didn't see any of HellRaisers. Actually, I think HellRaisers doing awful at the moment. I think they've lost every single game. I'm pretty sure when I checked the groups yesterday.
Really?
Yes, I think they were 0 for 4.
That's kind of surprising, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't looking great. So I think they pretty much need to win this, otherwise they're pretty screwed. So this is kind of like, because at the moment NaVi, they are 3 for 1, I believe. They only dropped one game in the series that we followed them against Team Spirit. And I think Team Spirit are 5 for 1. So they're looking super strong.
So they only lost that one game, okay, interesting.
Yes, yeah. So it's,
I mean, I didn't see HellRaisers as a team who would be like that underperforming, you know?
No. I guess, I don't know, things changed a bit, you know, before they had, like, Dread, back at the last time when they were in the open, qualifiers, weren't they, for Frankfurt? And then they had that whole kind of falling out, and they had a bit of a switch-up of lineup. So, yeah, HellRaisers, I believe, aren't in the best of spots. I'm not sure on the actual semantics if they can still qualify for the next stage, but they've basically got to win this game. I think if they lose this game, they're, like, pretty screwed. But, yeah, it's going to be a tough one, because NaVi weren't looking too shabby yesterday. They were looking pretty good, and we had some flashy games, and I'm kind of hoping for another Dendi, Puck, or Magnus, and I won't be surprised if we get it, because it seems to be what kind of works for them at the moment, doesn't it?
Well, the Mag is kind of a hit or miss thing for me, because it really felt like in that game, they were really far behind until he started landing really good RPs.
Okay.
Which, you could blame that just as much on the enemy team's positioning as you could say that it was Dendi playing well, you know? Okay, what's happening? I
mean, as I said, well, for HellRaisers, I think they're gone. But NaVi, they do still want to win. But they've just picked a Lifestealer.
No, Lifestealer is like really good against Lone Druid and Pudge.
Like,
back when Lone Druid was like super meta, and people were picking Lifestealer all the time, and when Gyro like first started coming into the competitive scene, Lifestealer was the hero that you picked against it. That was before they nerfed open wounds in lane and made it like a really crap ability unless you skilled it, or like leveled it to max. But nowadays, Lone Druid just received a slew of buffs, of course, including the new building his synergy, which is his old passive, into his character set, so now he doesn't even need to skill it, which makes level 1 Wild, or Rabid, whatever the hell it's called, a lot better. And he also has the Roar, which is nice. But Lifestealer's Feast also got buffed, so at level 1 it's 4.5%, and it still scales, I think, by 1% per level. So against heroes like Pudge, who have a massive amount of HP but no armor, Feast is amazing. Same thing could be said for Lone Druid. He has a very large amount of health, obviously more armor than a Pudge, but you can just rage and hit the bear, you know, if you don't have a target.
Yes, yeah. I'm just gonna actually have a look. As he actually have a look at the groups here, Liquipedia, just to see if I am right. Shanghai, Dota 2. Oh no, that's the. Oh no, that's something different. What the hell is that? That's some crappy tournament. Here we go. Shanghai Major. Main qualifiers, European qualifiers, HellRaisers. Oh, sorry. Okay. No, wait. Yeah. No. Okay, they've lost 2 series. Yeah. So they've lost 4 games effectively. So they're out. Wait. What's this telling me? Oh, so they can still win. Maybe. No. They have to. Yes, they have to win the next 2 games, and hope that if Empire or NaVi win their series full out, then it doesn't matter. Yeah. So HellRaisers have to 2-0 this basically. or they have to draw. Actually, a draw could be good enough as well, but it puts them in really risky. So they need to basically win one of the 2 games. If they don't win one of the 2 games, they're done. Yeah. Mammoth's boys are the only ones that are definitely out at the moment at the EU qualifiers. Because they've lost 2, they've drawn 1, which isn't going to be enough. So, yes. Oh, wait, in that case, if HellRaisers draw... No, HellRaisers need to 2-0 this. Pretty sure. HellRaisers need to 2-0 here.
10 seconds remaining.
Yes. Alright, right.
5
Alright,
seconds
okay.
remaining.
So what we got, the Bane, yeah, that's good against the Lifestealer, but NaVi with his final ban, the HellRaisers, they're still looking for that,
Radiant
well, I
team
guess they're looking, well, they think they're looking for the mid, but a NaVi reading this as a Pudge off lane, Lone Druid safe lane, banning out the Lina mid, or is this some weird world where they're anticipating a Core Oracle and a Lina Bane support? I don't know, Dendy's going to be on the brew, I mean, that's good with that. Actually, are HellRaisers one of the team that run the safe lane Lina? Have they done that before in the past? I can't remember if they're one of the teams that did that. No. Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Yes, yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Silencer.
Oh. And that's a cool silencer, isn't it? Yeah, Alpha Ninja. So that's the carry silencer. Oh, sorry, no, he's mid. Yeah, mid silencer, safe lane. Is it safe lane Pudge? Why not the carry Pudge, my friend? Ags, Aether Lens, your Scepter. Let's do it. Okay, yeah. All right.
Member has insane range too. It synergizes well with the hero because it has magic resist and health regen. And Pudge is one of like the biggest snowballing heroes that you can possibly ever have. Because if he gets a good start and you get the flesh heap going.
It is, isn't it? Safe lane Pudge.
Alright, what's happening right now?
Safe carry Pudge, boys. Carry Pudge. I mean, I've heard about it. Let's see in action here.
I wonder what the carry Pudge actually buys. It'll be interesting. Does he just go Ether Lens and Blink?
No, I think the combo is you get your Blink, you get your Ether Lens, you get your Aghanim Scepter, and then you get your Yul's Scepter, and then like the combo, because you do your spells, it's what, 4-second hook, and then you like you hook, and then you like Yul's, and then you like hook again, and that straight up is like 950 pure damage nuke, and then you just eat them. So you literally. Yeah. I mean, that destroys a Lifestealer. I mean, you don't give a damn about rage. The pure damage.
Because it's 475 damage per hook, right, with Ag?
Yeah, so it's 2 of them.
You get
and then you get refreshers, and then you get, well, you might be having a few mana problems, but say you get 1,000,000 Mystic Staffs as well, and that's like 2k pure damage nuke. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Alright, here we go, boys.
Here we go, carry Pudge.
I was not expecting this, but I guess when you don't have anything to lose, you might as well just full YOLO, right?
I think that's the thing, yeah. I think that is. Well, as I said, they do need to win. I think they can still win, but it's very, like, they're relying on a lot of other odds to kind of fall into place.
Right.
So they just want to go out with a bang here, potentially. But it's not awful. It's just not conventional, to say the least. And,
well, I think NaVi is really strong right now. I know Bulldog's in chat, so I'm sure he can agree or disagree. I think he would agree, though, that Lone Druid is super good right now. Yeah. Even some teams have been banning it, especially in the North American region. I was watching a few games. They were prioritizing him quite heavily in terms of bans. And then you have things like OD as well, which we saw yesterday. Every single game that hero was banned.
Wasn't it? Was it banned out this game? I didn't notice, actually.
No, it wasn't. Because I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it when I saw the Lone Druid, because OD is actually amazing against Lone Druid. Because you can banish the bear. Before, I don't think you could. Because they made it so Astral Imprisonment was targetable on creeps since they added the nuke damage to it, whereas before I don't think you could do that. You could only banish the person who got rooted, for example, so OD has become much better against that hero in this patch.
No, interesting. Shashler's got to be careful as well, because there's a lot of catch on this offlane that he's playing in. Against the Shaman and the Venge, I mean... You
get hit by a Disable, you're dead, basically. But he has managed to get level 2 already, which is kind of surprising. And the creep camp isn't blocked, so he can buy a quelling, in which he just did. Okay, so he's gonna like break the tree and pull the creeps to lane with the bear. So one of the supports is gonna have to always be sitting there.
And with the Dukes there only just surviving, Undershock actually nearly getting a kill there on the man here, coming in with a wraparound. Snake coming in with a TP, he'll take up some of the levels, and Dendy's got to be a bit careful. The South's actually going to get cancelled. No! Yes, it will. The Nightmare damage does end up cancelling it, yeah.
That actually hurts him so bad, too.
Yeah. He's a fair bit away from that ball mid lane. Soneko just going in with the shackle. They've got a fair few creeps in. They are going to move it. Soneko, I think he just goes for it. He's got the aggro at the tower on him, so he's got to be careful.
He's helped equalize the lane though, which is really good for Dendy. Because before, like, if you get your salve broken and you're not like really close to bottle, which he's only sitting at 150 gold, if Soneko didn't make that play and deal a ton of damage, this lane would have been like ridiculously hard for him. So he kind of salvaged it there, and he's even going to help secure the top rune as HR are going to get bottom. So he's doing well. His rotations early game on Sand King yesterday, we were talking about, he really likes to move, even if sometimes it's not really that good for him to do so.
Top lane. And Soneko, you're talking about his rotation. He goes for the wraparound, but they get the Savage Roar off there, which does force him back. Doesn't matter. Soneko there with the other shot gets himself the first blood. And yep, as you were saying, Soneko with these rotations, doing his best to secure the early game. And it feels like, yeah, we've seen it in many games. The early game for NaVi, a lot of it is all about how well Soneko plays.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate because I think he had a ward actually on the high ground, but Soneko didn't smoke, right? He just got caught.
He just came round, yeah. And again,
no.
They don't quite have enough mana there, and the Wave of Terror actually cancelling the clarity, so Soneko was really close to a shackle there. He was just a little bit short.
If he didn't have Savage Roar, that was a dead Lone Druid, like for sure. So pre-nerf, or pre-buff, excuse me, Lone Druid, he was dead.
Yeah, I guess that's the one thing actually about that spell. That spell is very good for these situations. That's going to make him a lot stronger on the offlane, having that Savage Roar there on the bear.
That's kind of why I didn't figure they would put Lone Druid here in the first place, because it's very difficult for anyone to lane against this, and I think that Lone Druid benefits a lot more from the farm than a Pudge. But I mean,
how's Pudge
again,
doing?
He's 19 for 7, so he's actually topping the CS. He's getting more farm than the Lifestealer.
Okay, and the farming, so he's still going for, what's he building? Is he going for the Tranquils? So yeah,
he's buying Tranks.
The Tranks, yeah.
So
he's still going for the Tranks.
It's the best boots for Pudge because he kind of needs the armor in of itself, and if you're planning on rotating around mid game, if you have Tranquils, like most of the damage that you deal through rot also hurts you, right? So you pretty much need to have something to regen so you don't spend your entire time sitting in the well after you do a gank or two. I really want to know what he buys though. I guess Ether Lens is still the item.
I guess you still need Blink early on.
Yeah, but the thing about getting Blink is you're going like all in on hooks, where Ether Lens actually still gives you some utility, you know? You can get a farther range dismember, which doesn't sound big, but adding that extra range on ability that almost is like melee range to start, it's a huge difference. It's much easier to be able to get dismembers off in fights. The hook distance is very jarring for a lot of players, like even me sometimes, even though I played a lot since the patch. It feels like the hook shouldn't hit you, but it hits you anyway. It's really, really hard to deal with.
And a moment, talking about offlane, so Akmo has been rotating around a little bit. He's getting a lot less than Shashlo is. Shashlo now level 4, Akmo, he's not quite hit level 3, and the TP's coming in. They'll do the Nightmare to the hook, with the snowball coming through, and now with the TP reaction from NaVi, they're looking to fight from the sidelines, so Goddamn thrown out the Fortress Head, he's managed to burst down one, but they have lost the post, so it's a 1-for-1. The nuke there from the Oracle does get themselves a second kill, so 2-for-1 here, favoring the side of HellRaisers. And Goddamn, proving to be one of the few people who certainly knows what he's doing here on the Oracle.
I think that it's a little bit strange though that he didn't skill Fate's Edict, right? Like, Fate's Edict with Pudge has amazing synergy, because you can just, it's like having a repel, pretty much.
Because
you don't take any damage from the rot, even though you can't auto attack. But the only thing you really need to do as Pudge is just stay in range of them. So, I think this is a nice build for bursting, because you have 2 points in Fortune's End.
Oh, okay. Fortune's End into hook. They will snowball across. Nice move there from Akmo. Nice move.
He didn't have mana for Nightmare, okay. I was gonna say, that was a weird snowball, but he didn't have mana.
I think one thing they do need to be worried about, the side of HellRaisers, is that Ditchara is getting pretty much untouched farm up here. 37 for 8 here on the Lifestealer. Dendy, how's he doing in farm in the mid lane? So 400 gold, nearly hitting level 6. CS-wise, 15 for 4 against 29 for 10. He is actually getting destroyed, and literally as he's going to go down here. Afro Ninja takes the kill, and Dendy, in the mid lane, he is not having a good time at all on this brew.
He's level 5, man. He is almost 3 levels behind, and goddamn looks like he's going to be dying here in the river too. So they lose the Oracle, but this middle lane is just a complete stomp.
Yeah. Silas is getting so much.
There's not really a lot he can do. It's kind of surprising because Brew typically has a a fairly easy time in lanes against everyone because Drunken Haze is like your equalizer, right? You throw it out, even if the hero's ranged, 45% miss chance is still pretty big for a level 1 spell, and they want to kill him real bad.
Go, yeah, strain him with the snowball with the Nightmare. Oh, the Nightmare's beautiful, but they still get the clap off. They'll still move in Navi. The Shackle coming out, the Fortune's down onto multiple heroes, but Athlon Hinge is going to be the first to fall. They'll find the return kill onto the Tusk. Now they'll try and chase for more. Moving in onto Arso with the Brain Sap, and with the nuke there from Goddamn, he gets himself a double kill. This Oracle doing work here, and now the Fortune's down onto Snako trying to close this gap off, but the ultimate coming out from Dendy, the Primal Split. Looking for the turnaround, holds the Bane in place here. They'll move in Seneko out of mana, but he's got the right clicks. They've got the punches from the Bears. They'll take the kill onto the Bane. So they do get a second kill there in return, keeping it 5 for 5. So overall, a 2 for 2 engagement there, and does slightly favour the side of Navi, but again, very close indeed. 7 minutes into this game. I think this is going to be our standard kind of CIS brawler that we come to expect when we see the names of HellRaisers and NaVi going up against each other.
Yeah, CIS Dota, man. They just want to battle. That's what they do. But it's exciting to watch for sure. I'm not entirely sold on that fight being so great for NaVi because they did have to use a Primal Split just to kill a support. I mean, that's not really the best.
They're trying to go in here on the Pudge, but it's not going to happen. He's a little bit too tanky at this point.
Yeah. I feel the Pudge is... This is going to be the X factor. If he doesn't have a really good game in terms of landing hooks when he needs to, this hero is very hard to justify putting in this kind of position where he's a core. You know, he's getting farm priority. Like, we bought an Urn, which leads me to believe that he's going to start fighting soon, because you don't buy Tranquil's full wand and an Urn and just sit in your lane and farm, you know? So what I assume is going to happen is they're going to transition Shacklo to bottom lane, and he'll start farming, and the Pudge will start ganking with his team, because the Oracle-Pudge combo on paper sounds really good. But they have not yet started to make any moves, so I'm a little bit... Like, I don't know when the timing is for the safe lane Pudge.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what item is he waiting for before he starts to make the moves? And I guess that's the thing as well, when you run a Pudge in the safe lane rather than in the roaming position, it's a lot more obvious when he's going around the map, because it's like, hang on, there's no one in the safe lane farming. Pudge is off the map, he's doing something. Whereas in a game where he's constantly off the map, when it's you know... It's a lot harder to predict when exactly he's going to be making those moves, but...
The other thing, too, that we should really keep note of is the difference between the offlaners.
That's
like
right, it's stayed that way, hasn't it? Yeah.
He's almost level 7 because he has that large camp that he can just kill over and over again, right? Like, he has the Iron Talent on the bear, so whenever it spawns, he just goes and kills it. Whereas, obviously, the Tusk doesn't really have that freedom. So in terms of how greedy they're playing in the early game, HR are getting more out of their lanes, even if the Lone Druid wasn't able to really contest the farm of the Lifestealer. And you wouldn't really expect him to either, just given the start that he had. And in that sense, the supports of NaVi are getting a bit more, but the offlaner of HR is getting a lot more than the offlaner of NaVi, so it's a little bit of a trade-off. And in that sense, I actually think that HR are not in too bad of shape. Again, it just all comes down to, can this Pudge perform? Can he, channel Dendy?
Yeah, it's definitely all about the Pudge and all about what he builds. As we said, we've we're not too used to seeing the carry Pudge, so it'll be a little bit of a learning experience for us all. There's some really nice ancient stats going on the side of NaVi. They don't really have the best people to clear it though. I guess they've got Wave of Terror to help them, but other than that, they're going to need a few people there to get the right clicks and then the slaps through. I mean, I guess they'll try and give it to the Lifestealer to head over, or will they try and help Dendy clear it so we can try and get that Blink Dagger gold, do you think, these Ancients?
They might just ward them, actually. Like, they could use Seneco's wards to kill them.
No, I guess they could, yeah from the high ground.
I mean, it depends. Like, is he going to prioritize killing a tower? Is he going to prioritize Roshan? Because their team is really crap at killing Ancients. Like, no one has spread damage except for the Shadow Shaman, you know? Like, the Mass Serpent wards are, like, decent for killing out big stacks when you don't have anyone else to do it. But that also means that he'll likely get a lot of the farm unless he's, like, spamming hold position, right? So, it's a good question. Like, who is going to take this? With the Venge, it makes it a bit easier, because you have the Wave of Terror. But,
how many points you got in it? Yeah, he's got 2 in it as well, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll max it, most likely.
Yeah.
But, so far, I mean... I think that Navi's team is easier to play, like, on paper. Because when you have such high-impact heroes in your safe lane that need to be played very well like a Pudge, it's a lot less margin for error. You start missing a couple of hooks, you die a few times, there is no farming and coming back on a Pudge. You have to keep, like, fighting non-stop for the hero to be good. Like, his scaling comes from teamfight contribution, not hitting creeps. So, I'm still not entirely sold on it just yet. But maybe he'll prove me wrong and just go ham during mid-game and just hit like 30 hooks in a row.
Yeah.
But, like, NaVi can just abuse the fact that Lifestealer is so good against their safe laner and the off laner. Because, honestly, no one really on the side of HR can deal with a Lifestealer unless they get, like, a Dismember on him, or they get an Entangle during an Enrage. Like, those are the two ways that they have to stop him, I guess, or a Fiend's Grip. But Fiend's Grip is not really too hard to stop when you have Panda Split, you have Venge Swap, you have, you know, even Shadow Shaman has double disables, and you have a Tusk. Like, the Bane is going to have a really hard time finding that opening. So, yeah, I think that HR are in a situation where if they don't outperform in terms of team fights and individual skill, they are going to have a real rough go of things.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if this game goes late, is it definitely Na'Vi favoured, or are we looking at the fact that there's the potential for a stack lone druid, maybe potential for Silencer to get like a bazillion stolen intelligence and be absolutely beaten to death with stolen intel? So there's still potential for HellRaisers if, you know, they don't start stomping with the Pudge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's more a matter of how the item progression comes out on Na'Vi. Like, if Dendi gets an early blink, they start taking map control. Like, they go into a tower, they blink in, they pop Primal Split, pop the wards. At best, HR retreat and go for a trade with their lone druid, right? Because I don't think you want to fight that head-on in any situation. Because their Silencer, they don't have a way of starting a fight with it. That's the problem. Like, sometimes when you see a Silencer pick, you have like this blink initiation. Like a bat, for example. You know, you go, you lasso, you global on it, and then you kill that hero, right? But that's not how they can play it. Because they don't have that hero who goes in on top of the global. They have it as more of a defensive posturing, like, okay, the Panda blinks in, he's gonna use his split, okay, we global, hopefully it stops it, and then we try to take a defensive team fight after that. But that's really hard to do. So I'm guessing that they will probably avoid fights for a little while, or go for like skirmishes instead of trying to fight the full 5-on-5. But there is certainly potential for the Silencer to carry late game. This hero scales amazingly well, and Lone Druid is no slouch in the late game either.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what the build is as well from Lone Druid. He's obviously not at a point where it's going to start to reveal, but is this going to be... Do you think he's going to go for the Radiance here on the offlane Lone Druid, or...?
I'm actually not entirely sure what he's going to go for myself. I think when you don't have a lot of farm, it's really good to go for like the Maelstrom build, because that way it's like a cheap, cost-effective item that allows you to recover your farm if you need to. And again, we don't know if he's going to make the transition to bottom lane anytime soon, because it's 9 minutes in. This Pudge has bought a bunch of items that would indicate that he wants to fight, but he's still not fighting. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see, but I think Maelstrom is really good.
No, unfortunately, we have got this pause. Hopefully, we'll be able to get on again. They did say a few minutes, so we should be fine. Hopefully, to get it back on. Well, as we were saying earlier, goddamn, he's having a pretty good time. He's found 3 kills at the moment on this Oracle. Still not yet to hit level 5, so we'll see if indeed he does put a point in Fate's Edict, as you were suggesting, which... Yeah, I guess you'd imagine he would at that point, surely. Because he's going to get the ult at 6, he's going to want to get the Fate's Edict beforehand.
The thing is, if you only have level 1 Fate's Edict, you can only use Purifying Flame once without damaging.
During the... Yeah.
So it makes more sense that he would have at least 2 points into that skill.
Okay.
And that way he can get a double heal. But it seems okay to also level Fortune's End because the scaling of the spell is very good. The cooldown goes down by 3 seconds per rank. So instead of 15 seconds at level 1, you have 6 at level 4, which is great for being able to chase. You can dispel more often, which is really good against Shadow Shaman because you can get rid of hexes and such. So... yeah, I don't know. I mean, there is definitely justification for going this build. I just, like, the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the Pudge and the Oracle together was the way that the Fate's Edict works with that combination, and he has opted out of it so far.
On top lane, we're going to see a rotation here, and here's your rotation we were wondering about, Pudge.
Yeah.
This is the time, they say. Level 8, here we go. He has picked up that energy booster, so it looks like it is going to be the Ether Lens first, here for the Pudge.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's It increases your effective HP so much in fights.
I think Navi realised that. They say, hang on, Bane's just picking up the solo farm down here, so we'll make a rotation. We'll take the kill onto Bane and sending 3 heroes down there. It's bringing heroes away from the top lane. And it looks like Navi have just read HellRaisers a little bit too well there, and HellRaisers are going to struggle to find something here with this smoke.
I think it's not too bad though, because they have a Lone Druid, right? So they can just punch the tower. It's already a level 7 Lone Druid, which means that he has the max points into Bear. And it means that he has Demolish. So this push is actually fairly fast, even though it's only 1 hero hitting the tower. I think all in all, it's not too bad.
He's being sneaky.
Yeah. They warded the Ancients too, just like I thought they would. Because this is the only hero who can actually kill, like no one else can. But his wards are actually dying, so I don't know. He needed heroes here to tank for him while he did this. You can't just drop the wards because then they just get punched by dragons. So they're gonna lose their tower. They're struggling to take the stack. All in all, I would say this is a better move from HR than it is from Navi, for sure.
I mean, Navi did do a bit of damage to the tier 1 bottom, but yeah, they just didn't have the push to actually finish it off. And Bane's just gonna come back in and sit there. And it looks like
the one, like, glaring weakness.
They're gonna fight here, aren't they? Look at the Nightmare onto Dendi. They're gonna
no
try and
grip.
find even more. That hook
works.
there, beautifully round the creeps as well.
Nice.
Threads the needle there, Pudge. And Dendi getting Dendied. Good stuff there from YW.
Yeah, very, very nice hook, actually. That one I was kind of questioning if he could even hook from that
Yeah,
angle.
I was like literally brushing
That was like
past
the reach
creeps.
around hook,
Yeah.
you know? Like curves at the end. Don't do what I think you're gonna do, Owen. Come on.
What?
Take the high road.
What was it gonna do? What do you mean?
Nah, it's okay. Don't,
No, I wasn't gonna say something stupid. Oh yeah, like that dick I had last night. I wasn't gonna say that, Andy. I wasn't gonna say that.
Alright, alright. So,
You're a bad influence. Oh, look, where's the hooks? Come on, give us a hook. Oh, he's actually snowballing in. They want to fight
Okay,
this. The
okay.
team's going through. The global silence comes out. And Dendi's just been oracled, and now he's got to get himself back out. He will get the problems. But no, the silence again. He can't get it off, but they still get the kill. They'll get the up and ninja, but the hook from YW gets the kill on Dendi. Dendi again being Dendied. He is just a hook magnet, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. Navi will take the favourable fight. As Ditchara turning up with the boys, gets himself a double kill, and takes the trade 3 for 1 there. So nice fight there for Navi. Same time, Lone Druid with the space he's got, he is going to opt for getting the Midas still first on the bear. So going to start with that item here on the second wards. So the second set of serpent wards being used here to clear these ancients, and it looks like with these ones they might actually finally finish them off.
this
so they
doesn't
do finish
seem
the
like
stack.
very effective though to me, you know? Like if you use 2 sets of wards, you haven't pressured a single tower, you're barely killing the stack. Bottom lane 2 looks like Axel might be in trouble.
Here we go. I mean, YW, he's certainly stepping it up with these hooks. There is a snowball.
That Bane is stuck.
And that
Axel
Bane is
freedom.
dead.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, Akmo making the best of a bad situation.
He
But
actually
Pudge
walked
with a
in the
fifth
trees, got
involvement
himself
of the kill.
stuck. And then it's like, alright, I'm dead now.
I mean, at least it means the Pudge can then trap the Tusken.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just accepting his fate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a bait, we'll call it that. And by baiting, I mean he made a free kill of 1 for 1, which is definitely not the play. And it looks like the stack has finally been killed by Seneko and Artstyle.
They did it. It took 2 serpent wards.
Dude, it
but
took
they did
so
it.
long.
He has got his blink now, though. So I'd say worth. He's got his blink.
Yeah,
He's got
it
his blink.
is
That's
worth.
not bad. That's not bad.
I guess it just seems really slow nowadays because they kept buffing Ancients, like making them harder. So there were dragons, which add armor, which makes it slower. Then the golem is there, which is like the worst combination to kill because it's the tankiest combo. So yeah, it's a bit slower than it used to be. But if you compare their relative level to what HR is sitting at right now, like this Bane still isn't even level 6. This is the biggest problem they have.
He is not. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, and the supports, yeah, level 8 and level 7 on the side of NaVi. Quite the deficiency there. And that's the Ether Lens done here on Pudge.
Yeah.
So let's see some of this hook in action. I'd like to see him go for the Ags next. I think you do. You think you go back for the blink now on Pudge?
Yeah, I think Blink is the item for sure.
Okay.
You could also go for like Force Staff.
Yeah. Force
Staff is nice when you kind of figure they're going to be running into you, which I think NaVi will want to do. Now that they are going to be smoking up here. And Dendi does not have Blink, by the way. It is 14 minutes in, and he has 45 CS.
Yeah, it's
and
just
no
been
blink.
pretty much the last 2 fights. He's always been the first to die. So yeah, really been set back here. But if they take this fight, they'll have the gold. Here we go, leaning in. Alpha Ninja's been hexed up. That's big. Get rid of the silencer before the global comes out, and they do. That's the silencer out of the fight, and this is the exact start that NaVi need. Swap into Shackle, Magic Missile as well. The takedown Goddamn here as well. And a very, very clean and smooth smoke and wrap around for NaVi there. And that it should put him near the gold. Yeah, just 200 away from the blink now. So Dendy's going to be very happy with his involvement on that fight.
Yeah, they get the kills, which are big. The question is, how much can they do off of these kills? Like, you 5-man smoke, you really want to try to get a tower. They are going to be pushing into this middle lane. Ditchera is going to be the guy that I'm looking to now to kind of carry the damage output of this team, because he's got Armlet and he's making his way towards Deso. This is pretty much the build that Era used to go
from. Deso, alright.
Yeah, this is the Era build. It is like the highest like DPS build ever. The only difference between the two is that Era would pretty much always go treads.
It's
whereas,
not. I mean, is it definitely Deso over something like Mjolnir?
It is definitely Deso.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say this is gonna be funky.
Minus armor synergy is really good with Wave of Terror too. So you have like -6 from that. The Deso is another 7, I believe. So if you go on somebody like Pudge, who at this point has 6 armor, you kill him in like 4 hits. And that's like the safe lane core position of HR, which is why I was actually happy that they picked Lifestealer, which most of the time I'm not. I'm like, okay, this hero's butts, you know, he's just not very good. But in this particular situation, I think he has a lot of potential.
Oh, Dendy.
Oh dear.
Dendy. Again, Pudge. Proving to be a right nightmare for him.
Yeah.
Dyer's middle tower.
Yeah,
this is like the ultimate irony, right? Like Dendy dying to Pudge.
He's died I think about 3 times now to this Pudge.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, but HR are making this.
Dyer's middle tower.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna see a bit of that action here with the Etherlens. Let's do it again. 4 seconds still on cooldown, but he's gonna have to aggressively snowball here. And this man might be just a dead man. Akmo straight in. Oh, Suneko with the BM pause.
Yeah, this ain't great. I mean, they can swap him, but it's not going to break the Fiend's grip, you know? Like, art style is really far away. So if he goes for a swap right now on Axmo, he'd probably still die. And then you're putting yourself in a horrible position. So I don't know if he can actually swap here. I think if he does, he just kills himself and Axmo still dies. Because that grip just started, right? So there's like another 4 seconds.
Yeah, this just started. It literally just started.
This will be interesting. I guess Suneko has Blink, so maybe he can blink in and stop it and then drop wards. But this seems like a very hard team fight right now for NaVi to actually win, because they already have their Brood dead. We'll see how it goes. I think HR come out on top here.
Yeah, let's see. So you think we'll see what the rest of NaVi just back off and leave him for dead?
They might swap him anyway, but I don't think it'll save him. No, they're just gonna run. Okay, good call.
Yeah, this Pudge is certainly making things happen at the moment. 6 Flesh Sheep stacks, not too shabby here.
Yeah, well, keep in
Nearly
mind,
level 11.
the Flesh Heap doesn't matter to Lifestealer. That's the one thing that we can always count
I guess
on.
that's true, yeah, he just, yeah. And he's,
Yeah,
Deso done. So what is this build then? Where does it go from here? Armlet, Deso, and what does Ditchera go for next?
You kind of want attack speed. Typically, what I would see is Assault Kira,
Okay.
like built as a next item.
You
Just
don't
with
go
Armlet
back.
help.
You don't go back for the SNY. Or
It's not bad, but I think SNY is the item that you buy when you don't buy Desolator.
okay.
So if you wanted to deal a crap load of damage and be able to kill Roshan really fast like this, and just eat through the high health cores of HR, then this is the build that you want. Because you don't really need the mobility of the SNY of this game, because you just hop in Dendy, he goes in, pops out, and you kill him. Like, look at how fast Roshan died, they just murdered it. Okay. The smoke
Magic
is
missile
here.
and illusion. Oh, the hook is going to miss, and Dendy this time wants to fight, jumps in, but it's straight away getting older by the Pudge. The swap will keep him alive here. He just another promise bit with the silence, and goddamn finishes it off there. The Oracle getting the kill onto Dendy. Oracle will lose his life at the same time.
Oh my
Ditchera
God.
chasing this down. The Nightmare holds him back, but the other shot from Suneko will allow him to get that kill. They'll look for Undershock as well. They're going to find it. Double kill for Ditchera. Suneko on a killing spree. They take 3, and they lose 1 again. Another trade in which Dendy loses his life, but the rest of his team are able to clean up 3 of the heroes around it. So NaVi coming out on top, and with the Deso, Ditchera can probably just tank this up and go straight for the tower and take it for free, and indeed he can. So there'll be a tier 1 down. They'll put the fortification, but more money into the pocket of NaVi, and more specifically into this Lifestealers, who is at the top of the net worth board at the moment. Quite closely followed though by the Lone Druid. We haven't really looked at him for a while. What's he got on the bear? He has got the relic he has just picked up, so he is, yeah, looking for that Radiance and just a recipe short of it as well. So we're going to have a relatively good timing here on the Radiance on top of the Midas already picked up by Shashlo. So his farm is definitely on a similar level to that of the Lifestealers at this point.
Pretty surprising, but I guess that in some kind of way, you can consider him the position 1 now, because the Pudge has been fighting, like we kind of expected he would eventually transition into that kind of active role. And now he's just eating up the map whenever the team fight is happening somewhere, which I don't know if is I'm really torn, right? Because I don't play Lone Druid that much. We should just like call Bulldog and have him, like, how does he feel about the Lifestealer late game versus the Lone Druid? Because I feel like the Lifestealer can always kill the bear. You know, that's the problem that I think that they're gonna have. But getting this Radiance timing up like prior to 22, 23 minutes, which is still very fast, especially for an offlaner, I think that's great. I just did not expect him to be able to recover like this quickly, but he's made a very, very fast recovery in this game.
Yeah, I guess he's just been avoiding all the fights, hasn't he, Shashler? He's just been focusing on sitting in that lane. Now let's see him be a bit more mobile when he's got that Radiance done, which
he has less than 10% kill contribution. He has 1 assist of the 11 kills they have.
I mean, I guess that's the kind of, you can afford to do that when you've got a carry Pudge, who's kind of making up for the fact that you're a very docile laner, and Pudge is the one that's making all the movements around the map. So you can afford to have that hero that just kind of sits out of the fights and just focuses on getting the farm up for the later portions of the game. And NaVi, they're going to get the push on top lane. Over to take this as well. Fortification will come out, but HellRaisers won't look to defend this one.
He's going Basher. Okay.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
At least I think he's going Basher. It could still be Assange.
It could be. It could be, actually, yeah.
But if you want to have a build that allows you to lock down and just kill the hero, like almost 100% of the time, you can go in Dendi, you pop out, you Abyssal the target, and then you just turn on Armlet and Rage, and you just... No one on that team can live through that, pretty much, unless they get like Force Staffed or, you know, there's some counterplay from the Oracle.
Oh, here we go. This push for Lone Druid now. Radiant's done. Greaves have been picked up here by Akma on the Tusk. They're both teams losing towers at pretty quick rates. You know, NaVi losing them to the bear, and of course HellRaisers losing them to the push of the Deso on this Lifestealer. And I think, as you were saying, it's again another game that's going to be pretty hard to call. I don't really know who'd necessarily say was ahead at this point, because you look at the Lone Druid, you look at the Lifestealer, and there's definitely potential in both ways. I mean, I think this is as close as a game can be. We're going to see Silence Alpha Ninja starting to work towards that Rod of Atos, which he has got the majority of.
Oh, goodbye, Bear.
I mean, he's got to resummon, hasn't he?
Yeah. But that's what I mean. It's like that thing dies so fast. That's the concern that I have. Like, even though HR are farming really well on their cores, and NaVi are actually kind of starved in terms of overall CS and even in some degrees like net worth, it doesn't really matter when I feel like the carry matchup is not favoring them. So even though, you know, Shaklo is farming like very, very well, is the farm going to win them the game? That's my kind of question right now. Plus, he has a very cool cosmetic on Lone Druid, so I keep looking at him.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's alright.
His ult form looks sick, man. Beast of the Iron Claw.
Why has he's got like a pleasure ring on his beard?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, it's efficient.
If you can grow one, why not? Oh,
I mean,
God,
it doesn't look... Oh, yeah, let's have a look at this. Hook from the man. Bringing in Ditcherard, the Global Silence, the Fiend's Grip. A lot of hate going on this man. They're looking for the Lifestealer kill, and they're going to get it. But he has got the Aegis. He's going to be back for round 2. And now they're going to look for the more fight. God damn, he's getting focused on by the side of NaVi. The Bear comes out. The Savage Roar sending them back. Ditcherard moving in now with the Rage. The Hook from YW bringing back Shashlo. Trying to get himself out of this one. But they'll be able to hold him in place here with the Primal Spirits. Artstar closing the gap. Wave of Terror comes through. They'll get the stun out. Ditcherard trying to move in, but the 4-star saving Shashlo, the Nightmare, holding back the Lifestealer. Now Artstar with the swap, but he could be in trouble. Gets the magic missiles. They will get the kill. The Hook onto Ditcherard, bringing him under the tower. They've got the ult as well here from YW. Ditcherard, he's just going to turn. He's just going to fight, and we're seeing the power of the Lifestealer now. 4 dead on the side of HellRaisers. It may be 5. NaVi looking for the team wipe. They should be able to get it with the Walrus Punch slow. Alpha Ninja's going to try and turn and fight. Try and find Snake, but he can't quite get it. He's going to go down. A drive-by, slap-by by Dendi. Double kill from the man on the Brewmaster. Everyone's dead on HellRaisers. And that Aegis pretty much allowing NaVi to just destroy HellRaisers in that fight. God damn, he wants more. He's actually TP'd in there. He needs to be a bit careful. Dendi, he's hot on the trail, and I think he's spotted him. He's going to let him go. God damn, we'll be able to get away. But not the fight that HellRaisers were looking for there whatsoever. And yeah, we just saw the power of the Lifestealer against some of HellRaisers' cores.
Yeah, it was my biggest concern for HellRaisers lineup pretty much just came to fruition there. The Pudge goes in with full health, gets hit 4 times, and is dead. Like, that's the reason why the Lifestealer becomes so potent. And honestly, if you were going to go this route, I think this is probably the one hero that you wouldn't normally think about banning that you would actually want to get rid of if you had done this, because this was a third pick Pudge, right? Which means that there were at the very least 2 ban phases before you actually picked the hero. So I don't know if they just didn't figure NaVi would pick it, even though they have always picked this hero in the past for Havos back before they changed roster. So they definitely are okay and comfortable with it, but with these 2 heroes having to play into a Lifestealer, it's a nightmare.
It really is. It really is. 4 staff's going to be what YW does look for, as you suggested earlier, being one of the items you may be thinking about. And Lone Druid, after the Radiance, he's not really managed to get anywhere at all. He's just got the phase boots on the bear as well at this point, but he still needs a bit of time. He's still keeping himself quite close to the Lifestealer, but after that fight, Lifestealer, about 1,500 net worth ahead.
Yep.
I mean, after the Basher, does he go for the straight out Abyssal, or are there still other items that Ditchera will go for first before picking up that relic?
I still think he lacks attack speed, but it doesn't really matter if you swing like 3 or 4 times and the hero's dead, so... If he wants to go back for Assault, I think that's still a really good choice. If he wants to finish Abyssal, that's also fine. Like, either one of the items I think would do very well in this situation. He kind of has the freedom to pick what he wants, because he knows that his hero, matchup-wise, is really good. So it's very hard to itemize poorly in that situation. He can pretty much buy whatever. He could even go buy like a Manta style or something and it would still be okay, just because it gets rid of global and you can like still stick on a target. That's all you need to do is just hit people.
Exactly. One other way that they could deal with it that I was going to suggest, and it looks like Snakeo's going to do it. He's going for the Lotus Orb here on the Shaman, which is of course going to be very nice as well here. Against a lot of these heroes, it's super good this game.
It's a really good thing because you can actually get away with running Lifestealer in games because of that item.
Yeah,
like his biggest problem is that he's kited so much, and single target disables just wreck him. But Lotus Orb allows you to pretty much have like a worse version of Abaddon, but it still dispels, you know, and that's all you really need.
And it looks like, I guess with the Shadow Amulet, it probably will be he's going to go for the Shadow Blade here on Tusk.
Yeah, it's good. When you have map control like this, Shadow Blade actually becomes a very potent item. You see it in the inventory of a hero that has initiation power, or a solo kill power, and you are pressured by that item, and you think, oh, well, we can't go anywhere, so now I gotta sit in our base or have sentries down or move around as 5, which is not efficient when you're behind. So it's a solid choice, I think.
It looks like they're going to look for Roshan here, Na'Vi, but HellRaisers, they are smoked up. Are they going to sense
this? Are they going to make it though?
Are they going to make a beeline straight for them? Yeah, as you said, it's falling fairly quickly here with the wards dropped. HellRaisers, they need to get themselves over a little bit quicker if they want to try and contest. It's going to be all about these Pudge hooks. And he's going to go for it. Oh, he gets Ditchera! He fishes and he catches. That's Ditchera gone. Global Silence out. Roshan's not quite dead yet. They know they're in the pit. They're with the Hex out for Ninja, but in we go. YW starting to move in. They're still looking for Rosh. Dire are going to get it, and Akmo will pick it up. So Na'Vi do get the Roshan. Dendi does manage to get off the primal split here. The Bear starting to fight here. YW looking to clean up this one. Akmo gets himself with a snowball. It's going to be fine for the time being. False promise, keeping the Pudge alive here. He should be fine. He's not going to burn out fully to death. He will leave the heals, keeping him alive. They've managed to find themselves a second. They're chasing down Akmo, and they do manage to pop the Aegis. At the same time, YW was being chased by Dendy Spirits. Not quite enough to kill him. Now they look to go for round 2 here onto Akmo. They killed him once. Can they kill him twice? He's got the Shadow Amulet though, but the burn damage. He's going to slowly die, burning to death. There's the Savage Roar to bring him out of it, and they'll burst him down. Another kill for Oracle, and they get themselves a third. Great fight from HellRaisers, and all down to the fact that they were able to get that hook on the Lifestealer as he tried to enter the pit. Some really nice Dendy action, hook action, in fact.
It's best case scenario. My question is, why wasn't he in the pit with his team? Like, what was he doing standing in like no man's land, you know? Because he came out of Infest, right? He was infested into something, or he used it to farm, and then he just gets hooked. And that's like the only way that Na'Vi could lose a team fight that badly, is if the Lifestealer gets hooked and the global comes out and there's no counterplay. Because normally, what happens is, Ditchera is in the Panda, right? And then they global maybe to try to stop the split, but that means that the global's never going to hit Lifestealer. So he can just jump out after it's cast and just go ham on whoever he wants, it's fine. But if he's out and vulnerable, then that combination actually can kill him. So it was just a misplay, in my opinion, to not just be with the team.
Yeah, and
but
it costed
HR
them.
capitalized to make a really big play.
Let's see what I can do with his blink as well now. The blinking, jumping, life stealer. And the mid lane push is going to be the answer the Na'Vi are looking for by the looks of it. Straight down towards the tier 2. HellRaisers are TPing in, they're ready to fight, but the wards are dropped. So Na'Vi committing for this tower. And it looks like they should get it hit with the wards. HellRaisers just hanging back on the high ground. Very aware of the catch potential, and they'll jump in. Oh no! The swap, actually a bit of a miscommunication there, because they blinked on the swap, the same target. YW will live as he gets false promised and healed up. He's going to be fine. Oh, Saneko getting dragged in. They'll get the Shaman. And a bit of a messy fight there from Na'Vi. Some slight miscommunication, and it could cost them even more here. Ditcharaj jumping in. He's trying to fight. He's looking for Shash there, but the Fiend's grip is there. The snowball across it will cancel it. They'll be able to fight, but again, YW getting the hook off onto Akmo. Akmo being chased down here by the push. The right click from Alpha Ninja as well. They get themselves a 3rd kill here in this fight. There is a buyback from the Lone Druid, the only casualty at the moment for the side of HellRaisers, but they're looking for more. The Nightmare into the hook onto Ditcharaj. Ditcharaj gets himself the creep. They're going to need to deny it. There's the deny. Beautiful deny from the man, but he still manages to blink out. Looking for the TP. Can they find him here? No, he's done it. He's juked them. Ditcharaj is out. But again, Na'Vi, not with the ideal fight there. Losing 3, getting 1. Lone Druid does buy back for it, but still, that fight's certainly in the favour of the side of HellRaisers.
That was a really, really good hook. Like, without that initiation, there, again, we went back to the early game and we said the Pudge needs to be the guy who is the performer in this match. And so far, YW has actually landed a lot of hooks, and at crucial times. Because sometimes you get a hook and a pick off, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's pretty good. When you hook somebody and they're trying to threaten your high ground, or threaten a tower at the very least, the impact is much greater. So in these high pressure situations where he's actually landing the hooks, it's keeping HR in the game. Because otherwise, Na'Vi get that tower for free, they back off, they lose nothing. Maybe like a cooldown on wards or whatever. But because a hook started and Na'Vi feel pressure to fight, then they get pulled into a bad situation, and once again, HR is showing that they are not out of this just yet. Against all odds, I might add. I still feel like Navi's team should be like in a really good position given their lineup.
And what I'm mentioning as well, something that I feel like I haven't seen Bruise build as normally as a staple for a while. Dendi is going to go for the Aghanims here on this era.
Yeah, that one's a little bit. I mean, it's good because no one really on the side of HR wants to buy BKB. So that means the Aghanims on the hero is going to be effective for a much longer period of time. Whereas normally...
What's the Aghanims change? It's the duration, isn't it, of the ult?
No, it gives his...
Oh, it gives them all the spells. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it splits the spells between them.
It's very, very good. Yeah. Like, Brewmaster is great against Lone Druid because you can spam the Drunken Haze on the bear until he gets MKB. Nice hook.
Hook into Global Silence. And Ditcharaj's blinked in.
Oh
the
my
Fiend's
God,
grips there.
the
Absolutely ripping through them. Goddamn. With a double kill against the side of NaVi. Sentries are dropped. They're chasing down Akmo here. They'll give him the rundown. They'll give him the chase down. The hook again from YW. A 3rd kill for HellRaisers. And Pudge, as you said, time and time again, the reason why every fight starts off with a bang. And the fact that they've got that silence to follow, it works so well. You hit a hook, you pop Global Silence, you're guaranteed the kill, maybe even more if Na'Vi try and fight into it.
The funny part about that is most teams would not consider Pudge reliable initiation, because you have to land the hook, right? But in this case, it seems like it is reliable, because he pretty much hits it every single time. So I guess when you have a Pudge player like that, it's alright to pick it in this position, and the silencer combo, like you mentioned, is preventing them from doing anything at all to stop it. So, HR, man, how did this team not win a game? It really feels like they should have won at least one.
Maybe they weren't picking Pudge. That's the thing.
There you go.
I think they need to pick Pudge more.
CIS teams, I think, function the best when they have, like, no fucks left to give. They're like, whatever, it doesn't matter anymore, let's just do whatever we want. That's when CIS Dota becomes scary.
Yeah, Dandy's got the Ags now. Yeah, so they're going to have those extra spells in the fight, but it's a heavy investment here for the Brew. We'll see if it does indeed pay off.
I think it's good.
Blink now and Pudge. Okay,
like,
so.
The Lone Druid has Hyperstone, so he's probably going back for his own Assault, or maybe he's going Milner. I think Assault is really good, though, against Navi's team because of the way the Terror and the Lifestealer. But, if he doesn't get an MKB, the Drunken Haze during the Panda ulti as well just means that the bear is never going to hit anything, right? It's a super good item this game for sure.
And of course, worth noting, Saneko did just pick up the Lotus Orb, so something else that could be the item that will allow Na'Vi to turn these fights around and try and find one that favours them again. Let's have a look at the difference on the graph. So we saw that Na'Vi did have a little bit of a lead, 7.5k, but now about a 10k swing as we go back to 2.5, favouring the side of HellRaisers. But it's still obviously in a position that Na'Vi can try and regain control of this one. But they do have to be careful because, as the graph shows, the last few consecutive fights have all been favouring the side of HellRaisers. So Na'Vi have to be taking these fights from a little bit of a different angle, and it is pretty much just making sure that they don't get caught out by the initiation of HellRaisers, and that might just happen again here because we're seeing a smoke up from the guys on the Radiant from their base.
Has blink now too.
Here we
Very
go.
important to note.
So these hooks are going to be even easier for YW to hit.
Well, we'll see how Na'Vi deals with this. Are they going for their own smoke? They are grouping up right now. Axmo has Invis. Do they have a smoke? Let's see. Doesn't look like they... No, they do. Seneko has one.
Let's watch this pudge. Here we go.
Alright,
Axmo's the
YW.
target.
Show me
Straight in
down
with the ult and with the nuke as well. The global science, the Lotus Orb has got put down here onto Akbo, so we had to walk it off a little bit with the Shadow Blade, but the burn damage and the chase down. Goddamn, getting himself a kill. Unstoppable streak down the Oracle. Ditchera's going to try and fight. They've got the Nightmare, the magic missile here onto YW. They've dropped the wards as well, but the false promise coming out. Goddamn, keeping YW alive. He's going to be fine for the time being. The Primal Split's doing a lot though. Undershock's going to be careful. The stun holding back Appa Ninja. They're going to focus down the bane and get it. The gem's now hitting the deck. YW with the hook, but he's actually bringing Artstyle close to Artstyle. He's got a magic missile. YW will be able to force himself away, get himself out, but they've got the control here on Appa Ninja. The Hex is out, magic missile through as well. Denny Ditchera doing it, the hook unable to do anything there. YW a little bit off the mark. And this time, it is Na'Vi coming out on top, and very nice, I think, as well. Just the fact that they had the Lotus Orb, they put it on the Tusk at the beginning, made the side of HellRaisers work a little bit harder for that kill, and then Dendi coming in with a pretty big primal split and controlling the fight really, really nicely.
Yeah, it turned out that the Savage Roar coming out from the Lone Druid kind of hurt them a bit, because he did it as soon as the Lotus Orb came out to prevent him from snowballing. And he did end up getting the kill because of it, but the issue is they, like you said, they had to commit really, really hard and go super deep to try to get that kill. Then they had to burn False Promise onto YW, he retreats. It's a very nice synergy actually between Blink Dagger and Oracle, because when you have False Promise active, you don't take any damage, so you can always blink, which is pretty disgusting if you ask me. But it's a very good combination. But
I mean, goddamn as well.
Yeah. I mean, he's played a really solid Oracle this game.
Forget the carry Pudge. This is carry Oracle. You know what I mean? He's 11.55.
Yeah, the thing about the hero is he has such a low cooldown nuke that hits for like
360?
What is it, 360? Yeah.
Yep.
That you can KS all day. You know, you just spam that stuff in team fights. It's really, really good. But off the back of it, DD looks like Na'Vi are going to be picking up Roche, and Aegis goes to Ditchera. He's going to finish his Abyssal here too. Has enough money for it. This is a very scary point in the game. Like, once a Lifestealer has this item, there has to be some hero on the other team with the Force Staff or an Oracle ulti to save the target they go on, or it's just dead. Like, for sure. And as long as they make sure that they have the combination down properly, where the Lifestealer is never outside of the Blink Initiator when Global comes out, then it will be, I think, more than fine.
This is going to get very, very close and exciting. It's a bit like the Game 2 for Na'Vi we saw yesterday, where they gave us a right good showing against Team Spirit. This one versus HellRaisers looks like it's the action's not going to slow down anytime soon, that's for sure. With Hex nearly done on your Silencer as well, just about 600 away from the Mystic Staff. But yeah, Lotus Orb is obviously on the Oracle as well, something that HellRaiser is going to be able to use against some of the single target of the side of Na'Vi, which there certainly is a fair bit.
What happens if you Lotus Orb somebody who's going to get swapped? They just stay in the same
place?
They
just stay in the same place.
2 times?
Yep.
That's actually pretty hilarious. I want to see that happen at least once. If you can like Lotus Orb the enemy team, like you Lotus Orb the other person who's like being Fiend Script to anticipate a swap, and then the person just stays there and dies, that would be next level. But I don't even know if you can Lotus Orb enemies, I've never actually tried. But still,
if you can what Lotus Orb enemies? No.
I don't think you can, right?
No.
Yeah, but that would be hilarious if you could.
Allies.
Because you can accidentally repel enemies, right? So why wouldn't you just be able to Lotus Orb them too?
I don't know, that seems a bit too weird. Bit too
it's clowny, right? But it would be
too
fun.
Clowny.
So, game has kind of slowed down a tiny bit, but I think it's understandable for HR. I think they used their last smoke, so they didn't have a way of starting another team fight, and Roshan just went the way of Na'Vi. So they're just waiting out an opportunity to find a pick. And right now they still have about 6 more minutes before they have another smoke. That's quite a long time, actually. For a while, they're going to be kind of restricted into their base and go for split pushing. Why did he just global? Hello?
Hello.
What just happened? That's really bad, dude. Like, that's bad.
What?
That is... Okay, here's the problem, right? Like,
Okay.
Navi's right outside their base. They just popped like a 2-minute cooldown.
They're just gonna go straight in. Oh, the hook's gonna miss. Now White W's been jumped on. Another false promise. The Nightmare as well. White W should be able to walk this up, but Alpha Ninja's dead. He's gonna pay for his sins. Dead for 70 seconds. He doesn't even have global if he buys back. Alright, mid lane.
The hook?
Bulldog. Oh, Lone Druid looking for the rat. Art style is going to get hooked to caught out. Gems on the deck. Lotus. Oh, the Lotus Orb Snowball. Oh, it's absolutely glorious. Straight back onto Akmo here. They'll get the hook. He'll eat the cheese. He will be Fortune's End as well. There's a nuke damage coming out here. They'll chase him here. 4-star from YW. Fortune's End comes out. The rundown with the rot. They'll take down Akmo. Double kill for Goddamn. They do keep the melee like racks alive. They'll farm some of the Serpent Wars as well. And mid lane, a significant amount of damage being done to the melee racks here on the side of NaVi. So, all things said and done, that is a gem recovered by the side of HellRaisers, and that could have gone a lot worse for them, to say the least.
Honestly, it was pretty damn good. They almost killed the melee racks mid. They lost the Lone Druid, obviously, because 2 people TP back from NaVi. But only losing a range rack's not a big deal. That could have been catastrophic for HR if they took the fight properly. But Artstyle TP's in full vision of a Pudge with an ether lens. Like, that was not necessary. All he had to do was walk like 200 range away and he would have been fine. But he just TPs in like the weirdest spot and gets hooked. I think Navi still could have abused that situation a lot better than they did. I think they just kind of like got really overexcited that Global was used for no reason. Like, oh yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then they see the Lone Druid mid and they're like, oh, shit. And then they just miscommunicate who wants to go back, and Artstyle ends up getting his team kind of slain there. Unfortunate.
And we can see off the back of that, it was a very slight lead in terms of net worth for Navi, but it's very much still just around that 0 point here. They've yet to really kind of break themselves back away on top of HellRaisers, which, as you said, you may have expected them to do a little bit more so after that bit of a blunder there from the side of HellRaisers and the Global Silence coming out at the wrong time. Scythe now done here for the boy. Lone Druid on top of the AC for the bear. What do you reckon's going to be the next point of call here for the man? Does he need to think about getting an MKB on the bear because of the Brewmaster, or is that just not efficient?
Well, it's not a bad item. The other choice is going things like Basher and just having more lockdown for the Lifestealer, which I also think is good. The biggest problem that Lone Druid has buying MKB in this game is that if you buy MKB, Dendi sees that, he just uses Cyclone on your bear instead of on somebody else, right? So you're not really still solving the problem. It's kind of just... it's a rough position for him. I think that Lifestealer and Brew are 2 of the best heroes against the bear in general. 1, because they can just kill it. 2, because unless the bear has BKB, you can disable it, or you can stop it from dealing damage via Drunken Haze. So even if he does buy MKB, it's not going to solve all of his problems. So I think that he'll probably just go back for Basher instead.
Yes,
and maybe at some point, yeah, he might go for an MKB as like a next item after that.
And what about this on the Lifestealer?
The Lincoln's Lifestealer.
The Lincoln's Lifestealer. We talked about the Lincoln's Lycans. Here's the Lincoln's Lifestealer. I mean, Lincoln's and Lotus Orb.
It's really good.
Good luck with your single target.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, like, this is the initiation we were talking about. Here we go.
Here we bloody go. They're going to start this one off here. Shards coming through. Oh, they've trapped the bear, but they actually free him with the swap. It doesn't matter, though, because the damage, the hate coming out. They'll kill Shashlo. Shashlo is dead. Global Silence coming through, and that means they can't get the promise split off here on Dendi. Dendi's going to lose his life. They're looking for Seneko as well. YW's chasing him down. But no, Ditcherard, the Losel came out in time, and he pistoled himself. He had pistoled himself. Ditcherad's dead. He's going to go down 2 for 1 at the moment. Double kill here for Alpha Ninja. YW's going to miss the hook. The walls have been dropped. Artstyle being held in place here by the Nightmare. They're looking for Seneko as well in the tree line. Undershot trying to find it. Alpha Ninja going for the kill. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets it. Triple kill here for the man on the silencer. Cleans up house. And the wards, they're not going to be able to kill him. There's going to be the false promise coming out. In fact, more action going on here as YW was just continuing to chase down the Tusk. Takes him down as well. 4 dead on the side of NaVi. And a very good fight there for HellRaisers. Alpha Ninja, I don't think he can't quite close this gap. As Seneko will be the one lone survivor here for the team. But yes, what a fight for HellRaisers, and just a few bit... Again, some just miscommunication, bit all over the place there from NaVi in that fight.
Yeah, I don't know how you lose a team fight where you basically kill the lone druid with like nothing really bad happening.
I guess it was the fact that they kill the lone druid, but they lose Dendi without having a chance to get the primal split.
Yeah.
The lifestealer abyssals himself, and then the rest of the team is there behind the target that he did abyssal, so they just destroy him, and suddenly you've lost your 2 cores. The wards are dropped, but they just play around it, and yeah, good stuff here from HellRaisers yet again.
I think the abyssaling himself was the biggest problem, for sure. Because if he had his Lincolns popped prior to using Rage, right? Like, he had to have. Because if the Fiend's Grip and the Abyssal both go off, that means that the Lincolns gets eaten by the Abyssal Blade, which goes through Magic Immunity, which is why his Lincolns would be down. And then that would allow him to get Fiend's Grip. But then, that means he didn't Rage fast enough. Because if... Yeah, there's no way. Because if he actually Abyssaled himself, that means that he just didn't use Rage until a little bit later. Which is really weird. I don't know, I was watching the Lone Druid die, so I'm not 100% sure, but...
I think I might be wrong, maybe he didn't Abyssal himself. Definitely something stunned him.
Yeah, if he stunned himself on the Lincoln, or on the Lotus Orb, that pretty much only means that Rage was not used before his Lincolns got popped. But I suppose it doesn't really matter either way, because the Fiend's Grip still would have hit him.
Yeah, one of the disables would have got him for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so okay, swap. The blink! And the grip! Oh my god!
You don't want to swap into that,
disaster!
YW's found Akmo and NaVi. What the hell is going on? Dendi's he's trying to fight here. And Soneko's going to come in with the wards. Maybe they can look to turn this. Ditchara with the Abyssal, but the false promise, keeping Undershock alive. That's some OS Frog-worthy stuff there. Soneko will end up dying here. Dendi desperately trying to fight around this, but the hook's onto Ditchara. Ditchara, he's going to turn and fight to Shashlo, looking to get the lone druid kill, and he might just find it now. HellRaiser there to back him up. The Lotus Orb, the hook away, and now the Dismember. They'll save Shashlo. He walks this one off, and now Ditchara. Can he do something spectacular? He hasn't got rage for 6 seconds. He hasn't got a chance. He will get himself... He's in Dendi. He's in Dendi.
Oh,
he's in Dendi. Dendi says, get inside me. Dendi.
Run!
Okay, Dendi saves the Lifestealer.
Okay,
nice.
that's a salvage.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, we'll call that. I mean, it obviously wasn't great, but they did manage to kill one of the cores. They could do Roshan if they felt manly enough, because they have a Vlad's on Dendi. And the Lifestealer does a ton of damage.
Let's do it, Dendi. Go for it.
He sees the Bane.
Is he going to go for it here? Is this going to be some...
The Lifestealer's Abyssal's back up, they can go. Oh, he preemptively ghosted, he might die for that.
He certainly will. Goodbye, Bane.
Oh,
and now, goodbye, Roshan. They'll go for the Rose, so even though it's back, that's actually buyback straight away from Bane. So, realizing that they can't really let NaVi do this, Roshan. They really want to fight this HellRaisers. Global Silence is back up in 30 seconds, though, so even though the Silence is going to be back in the game in 10, won't have the Global. NaVi, you're about to kick it off, and at the moment, just waiting to see if HellRaisers themselves come and check it out in the pit, and they will... No, they're going to be fine to do it. They scout out the high ground here with the Sigil. They know they've got the space to go for it, and NaVi are going to be able to take this Roche fairly easy, and nothing that HellRaisers is going to be able to do to stop this. So NaVi managing to salvage something there off the back of a bad fight.
It seems like they're only in this position though because they're getting outplayed on a fairly consistent basis. Like, HR taking the more coordinated fights, they're making the better plays. It's just that NaVi's lineup is very good against theirs. So, I don't know, man. I feel like HR have actually done a lot of work in this game to keep it this close. And with the Aghanims now up on the Pudge, he's going to start doing some insane damage. And Soneko, dear god.
Oh, Soneko.
No. Okay.
Hey. Got him.
Yeah, and he's going to get away too, I think.
Oh, Shashlo might not. He's actually going to Abyssal the bear, swap the bear out of this one so they can take him away from the man, and oh, the hook! Oh, has he done it?
He went the wrong way!
Oh, he's fucking done it!
Craigasm. That was really good.
Oh my god!
The thing is, he hooked at the perfect time.
Oh, that was incredible.
If he hooked and the snowball kept following him, they both would have died. But he hooked after the snowball connected, which is the best time to hook, because that way the Pest doesn't have another gap closer except for Blink, and he overshot it, so... That was like... That was good. That was real good.
Oh, that was beautiful. I mean, Pudge, you've got to be honest. This Pudge pick has absolutely worked out for the side of HellRaisers. But you know, it's been crucial in so many moments. Really good stuff here from YW. But again, this game's close. It is incredibly close. We're still just around the 0 point in net worth difference. XP is slightly favouring HellRaisers, 7.5k, but 50 minutes in, that's really nothing to worry about at all. Okay, goodbye.
I'm a little curious as to what the Lightstealer is going to be buying next, because his Aegis is going to be down in the next, like, 3 minutes, maybe less.
Okay.
And then he has to look towards another item.
Oh yeah, I mean, what does he go for? They don't have an AC, but I guess they'd rather Dendi pick that up.
Yeah, he bought the Vlads already. The problem is Dendi's gonna have inventory problems, so before he buys AC, he actually has to buy Boots of Travel. Okay, he's just gonna buy a Moonshard and consume it, and just go back to his phase boots. Okay, so he does have the attack speed now. That's a very, very big damage increase for him, because he didn't have a single attack speed item before this. I guess if you want to count Lincoln's like 15 agility, but now his damage output is going to be way, way higher.
Here we go. This could be the fight. Are they going to try and push the high ground here? They do have the cheese on art style. As you said, Aegis still on Ditchara. Oh, the hook! The hook, though! Starting the fight off. The Beam's grip as well. They'll look for the art style killer. They'll get it. That's going to be art style down with the rest of NaVi coming in on the full force. Trying to look for YW, but he's going to be nightmared up. Forces it away, and the false promise is there. He'll look to get himself back to base, and he will. Blinks away. He's out. He's fine, thanks to the Oracle. Good save there from Goddammon. Well, let's see what they can do now. Wards were dropped here, so yeah, at the moment it's just this bottom lane of Rex that's been totally cleared out. Hook isn't going to catch. Isn't going to catch there from YW. Do they look to chase for more? It looks like they're going to just keep their cool and keep themselves back and just remain rather happy with the fact that they get a kill and NaVi are unable to find anything more there with a fight that they were looking to try and force whilst they still have the Aegis.
I think it's oh, it's time for HR to go ham, apparently. We're going to get the smoke up. And the Lone Druid is going Basher, by the way, so he's got more lockdown for the Lightstealer now, which is good. I guess it's just a matter of who wins the next like couple of fights. It seems like we get a lot of those games lately, where the game kind of devolves into this one team fight, kind of breaks the game open. Even if one team on paper is supposed to have like a specific timing where they should win.
I think NaVi, they know they're smoking. They're heading to the fountain.
They are taking zero risks. But it's the right play. It is definitely the right play, because if you look at their team, they have no buybacks.
I mean, it's a Pudge with an ether lens. You got to keep yourself away from that guy.
Yeah, but it's a good call. When you don't have any buybacks, and you know the enemy team is going to smoke, you know that one lost team fight with the Lone Druid on the opposite side can just take your entire base or just throw you.
Yeah.
So it's the right decision to play super safe. Good call.
Let's see what they can do with this invis. YW. Does he do this? Oh, okay. Swap into Shashna. Global comes out. YW jumping into the middle of it all. But look at all these beautiful pink-purple balls coming out. Lotus Orbs everywhere, left, right, and centre. It's all a bit of a mess. YW forces himself out to the sidelines, but he may still go down. He is going to be E-bladed here. Can they nuke him? No, the false promise comes through. Oracle kicked into action. YW is going to be fine. He's going to be safe. Looks for a hook. Isn't going to get it. Actually getting stunned up again, but the blink is out there. So he should be fine. At the same time, Undershot will go down, so he's the first casualty. They lose the Bane. Dendi can't quite chase that down. YW, yeah, returning the favour of the fact that he got saved by the false promise, saving him there with the hook. And they do also find Lone Druid actually buy the wards as well, but Lone Druid will buy back. 2 down on the side of HellRaisers. NaVi ready to try and force this. There's no buyback on the Bane. This could be a good time for them to fight. Ditcherai doesn't have the Aegis anymore, but they might try and do this 4 versus 5. This could be the kind of the go-ahead to try and go to the high ground, but they don't have the wards, of course, for this push. Regardless, they've got a lot of right-click.
I don't know if they can do this, actually. Like, they don't have global.
Oh,
the swap!
The swap block!
He dodged the swap. Alright. It works, I guess.
Hey, did you... Oh, these hooks, Seneko. Look at that dismember. That's 8 lens and a half there on that one. He gets the hook as well. Seneko's down. Artstar getting entangled. He'll... Oh, the swap again. Artstar with these swaps, keeping himself alive. Oh, he's just walked back in, though. The Bear's going to chase him down with the Radiance Burn. Should find the kill. No, the Bear's a little bit off course. The Bear's drunk. It will still find the kill, though. Comes back in. And now the ping's coming out as Ditcherai is able to escape. The hook not quite catching the TPing out Retreater.
How did they defend? How did they lose the team fight with global, and then without global or a Bane alive, they defend? Like, Mind is blown right now that this keeps happening. I guess a lot of it has to do with the fact that there are so many Ghost Scepters now on HR, and even a Ethereal Blade Balancer. So anybody who's being focused by the Lifestealer, he can pretty much save. Which is one of the other reasons why the hero is not really seen as like the ultimate late game, is that Ghost Scepters just hard counter him and so do Force Staffs pretty much at every single stage. So now it's kind of getting to a point where it's pretty difficult for him to stay on one target, so long as the supports from HR are in the right position and able to use their items or spells on him. But yeah, this has got to be like the most exciting game we've seen so far, right?
I was going to say, this is actually such a good game. I hope the people at home are enjoying this as much as we are. This is some great stuff. I mean, from the draft as well. I mean, it had the potential to be a game that was just too clowny. You know, one side was just... But they're actually playing really damn good, both teams. I mean, they are making mistakes, but they're entertaining mistakes. So it's all in good taste. It's good stuff.
Agree.
Is Oracle still carrying? Yeah, 13-5-12. It's Oracle.
Dude, he's the chaos master.
I've got to be honest, this is one of the best Oracle performances I've seen, I think. Oh, the hook around, goddamn. Picking him up here. Akmo's been dragged in. He's got a snowball into 5 of them. Oh, the blink out, but the Fiend's Grip is there on the return. Global Silence has actually been used for this, maybe a little bit unnecessarily, but I guess worried about a counter initiation from NaVi.
They had a ward and they saw Artstyle walking towards the cliff, so they maybe thought he was going to swap.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to burn Global for a pick at this point, because the pick basically means that at this stage NaVi don't want to buy back on their heroes unless they're defending the base, and or Roshan is alive, which neither are the case. So with that in mind, NaVi are going to be playing passive for the next minute, and that just allows HR to push out the wave, get a little bit of farm. You know, it's just a safety precaution. And by the time that Tusk is alive, there's still only a 1 minute window where NaVi can actually smoke up and try to look for a fight with Global being down. So I understand the safety Global there.
Oh boy. Just fishing for hooks, seeing if anyone was hiding around in the tree line. Mr. Lone Druid on top of the Bashy. Does he finish it off into a full out Abyssal then next, or does he start to get some more items on himself?
I think he has Ghost already, so he could probably just finish it, yeah. I think it's okay. The Lifestealer is actually going to need somebody on his team to buy a Diffusal soon, because they actually have so many Ghost Scepters and E-Blade. It's going to become very frustrating for him.
And Dendy's got a bit of gold. He needs to really look for his next time, because his item progression has certainly slowed down since he got the axe. He's not picked up anything on top of that. And Dendy's he's died a few times early on. He's managed to slow down the pace at which he's dying. 6 deaths here at the moment on the guy. Seneko, worth noting, he's done a lot of work. In fact, okay, yeah, he's on the same net worth as Dendy on Seneko. I mean, he's been doing a lot. He's got Ags, 4-star, Lotus, Ether, Blink Dagger. I mean, this is the game of the supports, it feels, from both sides, really, here. NaVi versus HellRaisers.
And NaVi supports got a lot more out of their early game, too. Keep that in mind. Like, the Ancient stack that they killed between Seneko and Artstyle, they've had a lot of extra farm in comparison to the supports of HR. So, I guess it's a...
Oh, the hook! The hook! This man! He's got him! Akmo gets pulled out of the pit. Akmo down. And the hook again. 4-second cooldown. OS Frog, my bloody backside. And again, oh, he misses that one. He misses that one, but it doesn't matter. They're going to destroy these guys. The Hex onto Dendy. Artstyle's got to run. He's got to hide. Fortune's End's there to hold him in place. In comes the kill. Godlike for goddamn. And 4 dead on NaVi. And this, I am absolutely loving this draft here from the side of HellRaisers. It's glorious.
Why did he swap Dendy? Oh
I don't know. It's
they didn't even.
Come on,
they didn't even use global own.
Oh dear.
Oh Jesus, that was actually like. So I actually learned something watching that. You can hook all the way across from that high ground point into the pit when you have Ether Lens.
The Ether Lens and the Pudge.
Yeah, the hook distance is long enough to where it reaches the pit. I didn't actually know that until I just saw it, so good information. Good to know. You know, we learning.
That's some good shit. Oh, so there are some buybacks coming out here for NaVi. It's going to stop HellRaisers from pushing too aggressively. Cheese is going to be held by the Pudge. And who got the Aegis? They gave it to Silencer, did they? Yeah, Silencer's got the Aegis. Oh, Global. Global to save Shashlo there. I think they were a little bit worried maybe about him being caught out, but
yeah.
Global expended nonetheless there for that.
Oh, the Lifestealer's going dataless. He's just going ham damage. This is like the I'm gonna kill you before you kill me build, pretty much. I like it though. I like the dataless. It's probably the best late game item in terms of damage that you can get outside of Rapier. And you don't want to like risk that game throwing stuff.
Talking about late game damage, that's the Abyssal now done here for the bear. And NaVi, grouped up mid. They were going to want to try and go. They would be fighting into Aegis and Cheesy. That is the thing if they try and choose to take a fight now. So it's going to be hard. And okay, another big item done here for the side of HellRaisers. Refreshers on this man. And worth noting, he has stolen 46 intelligence this game. That's not too bad at all for him.
That's a lot of -2s.
That is a lot. Who's the dumbest at the moment? Lowest mana pool is Dendy at the moment.
Yeah, well, he's died 7 times. The person with the most deaths should actually have the lowest int, unless int gain is massively different. Yeah, Venge is 1.75 int gain, Brew is 1.5, yeah, okay.
Oh no, they're smoked up, but it feels like such a risky fight for them to try and take at this point. Fighting in Aegis Cheese, Refreshers on Silencer. I mean, maybe they want to fight because they feel that the silence is down, but... Did they see that? I don't know if he's revealed the Refresher when he just came into that mid lane. Maybe they don't know he's got a Refresher yet.
Probably not.
Oh, he's actually not... Oh, wait, no, hang on.
It's not done, yeah, it's not done. It's in his stash. I was like, wait a minute, who has a Refresher?
No, it showed it being done. He must have sold it and bought someone else. It popped up at the side that he had a Refresher's orb. What? Oh, no, yeah, no, okay, no, I think he bought it and then sold it, so he had buyback available. Because he definitely...
Yeah, you're right. He would have had a second Perseverance if he still had money for buyback, so he probably just sold it.
Yes, yeah. So I guess just, opting to play safe rather than going 2-hand with the Refreshers straight up. Okay.
I think the Refresher is extremely difficult for NaVi to fight into. It pretty much means that if you time it right, you're getting like minimum 10 seconds of silence.
Oh, Bane, that is not where you should be.
Well, he was on a warding mission, but he's gonna die for it. Space created, but they should de-ward that hill like right away, right? Do they even have a gem anymore? Nope, they don't have a gem. So the ward will stay alive. So I guess ultimately his mission was successful, even though he ended up dying for it. The deep wards are nice right now, for sure.
Yeah, look at these. Very nice. Very deep. 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 Just the tip.
Just for a second, man. Just to see how it feels.
So 61 minutes. Again, another one of these 61-minute epics that doesn't feel like we're 61 minutes in.
No, this is a Lumi game. Lumi loves the long game. Shout out to Lumi, who's not here right now. But he's in my heart, Owen.
Oh, he's in your heart.
Yeah.
Is he life stealer?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
He steals my life when he's not here, you know.
Lumi life stealer. Lumi.
Yeah. And a bacon thief at that.
I got a question from chat here. I don't know why I'm reading chat. But it says, can you consume Moonshard on a bear? And Andy, the answer is...
I have no fucking idea. Probably.
Thanks, Andy.
Because a bear can use items, so I don't see why it wouldn't be able to use a Moonshard. I'm not a Lone Druid player, man. You have Bulldog in chat. Why don't you just ask him?
Yeah, ask Bulldog.
Why is just chat asking
Bulldog
me?
chat?
I don't freaking play that hero.
Is he still in chat? He probably is, isn't he?
Nah, he's definitely there.
Let's have a look. We've got Bulldog in chat. Yeah, he's sitting there. He's watching. We know you're there, Bulldog. I bet he's enjoying this game as well. Shashlo, top of the net worth, 5k ahead of the Lifestealer. This is decent.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
It's a really stressful situation for NaVi though. Like the late game silencer scaling is pretty absurd.
He's building Aghanims.
Wait, who's building Aghanims?
Lone Druid.
Ah, for the independent bear. Okay.
Yeah, the independent bear.
That don't need no master.
He don't need no Lone Druid.
I guess you would buy bots on your bear too, right? If you were doing that.
I guess so. Yeah, and just send him around the map.
Yeah, it could be very annoying actually.
I mean, unless it's Scardy Lone Druid, which wouldn't be totally awful if you wanted to tank up the main man, but I guess it is more likely to be the Aghanim, surely.
Good question. Can the bear doesn't
maybe Octarine? What about Octarine? So you can be savage a lot more, you know.
I mean, it takes a cooldown by what,
constant
like 4 seconds?
Savageness. Yes.
12-second cooldown savage, right?
Be savage every 12 seconds.
I think it's probably eggs.
Okay.
I haven't
Lone
really
Druid.
seen too many
Let's do
Lone
it.
Druid games where it goes so long to where you actually
I don't think I've
contemplate buying
seen any.
Aghanim's.
Well, it's yeah.
Usually the Lone Druid wins the game by now because he kills the base so fast, or he loses the game because it's Lone Druid and it's pre-buff, because that was like the last few times I saw him played. But this is the first real showing of the potential of the hero, I think, for a decent while. And honestly, like, he's had a really hard game. I would say they have two of the better heroes against the bear in general on Navi's lineup, and he still managed to do pretty well for himself, so...
Yeah, Refresh is now finished here by Ninja. He goes all in now because he's got the leeway to have buyback available on top. Octarine, I guess is going to be the item here for Oracle. That would be something that I would love to see. I don't think he'd go Bloodstone. I mean, he might do, but Octarine, it feels a little bit too late for the Bloodstone. Surely Octarine... I know, I guess Bloodstone could still be good. But do you reckon this is going to be the Octarine Oracle?
Yeah, I think so. Octarine brings your false promise cooldown to like what, 20-something seconds? It's pretty decent.
So it brings down with a nuke as well.
I mean, you want a KS.
It brings it down to less than 2-second nuke. So this is there we go. So Ags is done on Lone Druid. The bear is now independent. It can leave its master.
It's actually
Goodbye,
really good
Alfredo.
for this situation.
Off you go. You must take this road alone. I have trained you well.
Alright, let's see how many pairs of bots Navi currently have. So they have 0, right?
In
I
fact,
think they have...
they've only got 2 TPs between the whole team on them at the moment.
Yeah, which means this is actually a really good choice because they can't deal with the bear split pushing.
You just had your dream there. You just saw a Lotus Orb being swapped and it did absolutely nothing. As expected. You missed it. Oh, Ninja, is he going to be alright? No, he's not. There's just a 10-second swap cooldown coming into play. Look at the second swap here. They're trying to fight here. Lone Druid trying to eat through the things. He goes a little bit savage there with the Raw Ditchara. Trying to fight. He's actually killed the bear. God damn, he's actually going to go down now. Oh, the Lotus Orb snowball. It keeps him alive. Oh, goddamn. He did have the ult there, but choosing not to use it, I guess, wants to save it for the defense, as he knows he's going to have to buy back anyway. So buybacks here.
They really don't want to buy back on the silencer, but they'll have to. The hook!
These hooks from this man.
Go for more, boys.
Let's give us another hook. We're going to need another hook here. They're trying to chase down Seneko. TP out if intended. There's a casual gem here. Oh, YW a bit off the mark here. He's got a Lotus Orb on Seneko, but they'll still chase it. Alpha Ninja tanking the Lotus Orb on himself there through the Lotus Orb, but...
Alright, buybacks.
Sorry, not the Lotus Orb, the Rod of Atos.
The buybacks are okay, I guess.
I mean,
Roshan
that's
is going to be
dead on Navi. Yeah.
They're going to be really close to being up for Roshan when the heroes are alive on Navi, so they're going to have to get to the pit really, really quickly. They did lose a bear, though. I thought that he would just keep the bear top, you know, because Navi is coming in like 5-man bottom, and he could just keep pushing in that lane. But he pulled it back and ends up losing one for it. But now it's just like you need to make those buybacks actually mean something by either getting an objective or forcing their own buyback. And looks like Seneko is going to buy back, assuming Roshan's up soon. Because this is the thing, right? Navi don't actually know that Roshan is up or not up, because it's on the last couple minutes of the timer, which means that they have no way of knowing right now if HR are killing it or not. As long as it's within like that 3-minute window, where it's either going to be a long or a short spawn, they actually have no clue. So they have to assume, which is why Seneko buys back, and they also buy a smoke, because they need to try to position for this Roshan. Fortunately, it's not up, which the longer it takes, Navi should start to realize if it was up, it would be dead by now. And they also have people farming bottom. So it's really lucky for Navi that the spawn wasn't a bit shorter, because otherwise the buybacks would have been really good.
And we have just had an answer from Bulldog in chat. You can indeed use moon shards on the bear. So thank you, Bulldog.
Yeah,
sorry for the 5-minute response timing here. We are, of course, streaming on a delay. But that's cool. As I was saying yesterday, we know that you're going to see some good shit in the last 5 minutes. So hopefully you enjoyed the last 5 minutes, because we enjoyed the last 5 minutes.
Some
5
shit
minutes
goes
ago.
down, you know?
Yeah. We're 68 minutes in. This is... And are we close to an ending? I don't think necessarily so.
Are we being paid hourly?
I hope so. Someone get Valve on the phone.
Yeah, seriously. Nah, it's alright though. This game is a good time. I've enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, and we only signed up to 2 series today anyway because we're lazy, so it's fine.
There you go.
We can deal with a longer game.
Here comes the smoke on.
Here we go. Smoke time from Art Style. It's all about the swaps.
Well, Appanage is in such a good position right now.
Oh, that... The blink out from YW. They'll put the Primal Split Global now coming out. Let's see who we're watching here. Well, we're going to watch Seneko. He's been Lotus Orb. He's going to go for Undershock. Bane's going to be the first death here. Akmo trying to fire up against this. YW chasing this down. There's your second Global Silence. They're moving on to Akmo. They'll get the kill on the Tusk. There'll be a buyback here from Bane. Afro Ninja's being false promised up. He was going to take a lot of damage there after it, but he still lives through it. The Entangle onto Ditchara. They're focusing YW to get the kill on the Pudge. Dendy now being focused down by the Bear, and they'll get it. That's going to be Dendy down for 110 seconds. Fortune's End. Trapping 3. Afro Ninja still alive, keeping himself alive here with the self E-Blade. Looking to find Artstyle. Artstyle gets the magic missile out, but Artstyle will fall. Look at the kill onto Artstyle, chasing for more. Looking for Seneko, the Bear continuing to go. There's a buyback here from Dendy, trying to get himself back in the fight. Doesn't have Primal Split though, and he's not going to do anything with that buyback.
There's a billion creeps mid. Like HR have to run away. They can't just let their base die to creeps.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
That team fight was actually... I thought it would be much more lopsided for HR because of double global, but the Bane pretty much died straight away without being able to do anything. And then YW got crit before he was able to use cheese, so he had the buyback. And
hello, the fight's not over.
Yeah, he just went and suicided. That's another gem.
Oh! That's the Ether Lens, boys and girls. That's the Ether Lens, and goodbye Akmo. Second hook to finish off the deal.
Yo, we keep going. Keep this train rolling.
That's a dieback. So worth noticing as well, after that fight there were 4 buybacks. 2 on the side of HellRaisers, both Pudge and Bane brought back, and on the side of Dire, NaVi, Dendy brought back, and so did Akmo on the Tusk. And he is now dead again for the second time, so they'll go into the Roche Pit. And NaVi won't be able to do anything to stop this, so this is going to be Aegis and Cheese going the way of HellRaisers.
Yeah, I think it's another cheese for Pudge, and then Shacklo takes the Aegis, or F and Ninja. Okay, F and Ninja is going to take it. I mean, all things considered, HR now come out very far ahead, and it's all again thanks to the Pudge. Like, his hooks, game-winning. Like, actually game-winning. I have never seen a Pudge actually land so many high-pressure hooks in my life. Like, this is insane. Actually, that's a lie. I have seen it before. It was Dendy TI3 landing the hook against Hao's Gyrocopter when they were using the Chen strat. That was another game where I saw it. But still, it's very, very impressive so far, his performance.
Absolutely, yeah. 33 Flesh Heap stacks on the guy. A Silencer, now stolen 56 intelligence. My goodness.
That is the smartest silencer ever.
It certainly is. 2.8k mana.
And they can go mid as well, knowing that there's not buybacks on anyone. The Oracle's going to be up in like 15. I think HR might actually try to pressure because the double global is going to be up in about 40 seconds. It should synergize pretty well with the rest of their timing, like their heroes being alive and whatnot.
Oh man. This is, yep. I guess this is the point where maybe it slows down a bit for, well, at least NaVi gonna hope to, just wait until they're actually ready to engage fully against the side of HellRaisers again.
Well, the only 2 people in the entire game who have buyback right now are the Lifestealer and the Lone Druid. So 1 core from each team can buy back. That's not great for NaVi, to be honest.
72 minutes in, HellRaisers maybe looking to find a rack of their own. YW's got to find that hook. He's got to find that hook, and he tickles the bottom hairs of Artstyle, and now he goes for the second one. 4-second cooldown. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. He's going to have it again, though. YW's going to continue to fish almost certainly.
Yeah, this is a really hard thing to deal with when the Pudge is starting to breach high ground with the Bear, because the hook distance is so long. He can hook, like, behind the racks from where he's standing. That is terrifying. And the other thing, too, is the Bear actually hits so hard that if he wants to, he can just pop Battle Cry, hit the range racks like 3 or 4 times, and it's gonna die. Like...
Yeah, it is exactly as you told. The Bear just gets sent in. Fortification is forced out. There's your hook, but the hook bait! Arsenal gets the swap! The Pudge has fished himself! The self-fish! Seneko, he gets the shackle on Tafa Ninja. NaVi looking for more. That is Pudge down. He does not have buyback for 3 minutes. HellRaisers, they could have got a little bit too cheeky for their chappies. Shasno being chased down by Ditchara. The swap again! Arsenal, he's stepping up his game at the time of need. But the Dukes are going to be there for Shasno, running himself away. The Bear falling low. They're trying to turn, but HellRaisers, they just can't fight this. They're going to lose Lone Druid. Hit Ditchara, maybe looking to chase for more. Artstyle getting munched down by the Bear. The Bear looking for revenge. You killed my owner, now I kill you. Artstyle is dead. And the buyback will come out from Silencer.
I don't know. How did Athenage not use a single, like, global that team fight? What's happening? I mean, I guess if you realize that the Pudge is already dead, you probably save the global? Because you want to make sure that you have it for the base defense, which obviously is coming soon. But the Pudge can't buy back. He's got 2 minutes. So NaVi are going to go mid, trying to force the buyback, then realize that they can't buy back, and then you're going to be fighting with the Lone Druid being forced to buy back with no bear. He resummoned, so he lost both bears. I think NaVi actually just won the game. Or at the very least, they're going to be able to deal a lot of damage here.
I think you might be right. This is not looking good for HellRaisers. They're just going to... Oh, and the swap on goddamn that pretty much is the GG there, I think. 90 seconds on Oracle. NaVi alive in the full force. And they'll take it. Swap again from Artstyle. He's had his ups, he's had his downs, but he's certainly finished this game with a few ups. Double kill for Ditcherat, the tier 4s to fall. The global silence coming out of team fight too late, and GG is called. NaVi have done it 74 minutes in. They'll win game 1 here against the side of HellRaisers, and what a game it was.
Jesus.
Absolutely incredible stuff.
Yeah, that was a really entertaining game to watch. I hope that the second game is maybe not as long as this, because then we would be here for an extremely long time, but at the very least, I hope it's as entertaining. And I think with the Pudge performance from YW, like, this guy has already, like, become a very fun player for me to watch in particular, because, like, these types of heroes